Hello students, welcome back to the class. During the last class we have discussed about equality and we have discussed about the kind of equality. Okay, in that point in the last class we have completed economic equality, social equality. In this class now present we will study about economic equality. So overall we have completed natural equality, civil and legal equality, political equality, social equality. Now in this class we will discuss about what is meant by economic equality. I will go forward. Introduction, when we are talking about it, we know the concept of equality and all, I will go directly to the main concept, economic equality. So introduction I will explain you. Already we know that the concept is very important in political theories, okay, and this is one of the important concept. It have greatly inspired by many countries, okay, and meaning of equality is equal before law. When all the citizens are equal before law and equal protection of law, this is about it. Next I will go forward, economic equality. Economic equalities are nothing but equalities which are given based on economy. For example, every person have right to work. Right to work means all the people have right to work. Okay, every person, if they wanted to work, they have right. Okay, that comes under the economic equality. Second thing, every person have right to rest. Children's, if a person is not getting, every person, if they wanted to have a rest, they have right to rest, and if the person have right to take the leisure also, holidays. Suppose if they wanted to take the leave, they have right. Otherwise, there is no difference between the bonded labor and economic equality. So every person have right to work, every person have right to rest, every person have right to lead a good life, every person can take leisure. Next, come to the point, economic equality is a basis for the social and political equality. So economic equality is a basis for the social equality and economic equality is a basis for the political equality also. This is act as a base pillar. It means what? It means if there is no economic equality, social and political equalities cannot develop. For example, when the people are economically rich, when the people are economically developed, then they will exercise the political rights. They will exercise the political rights or not. Mainly if you see it in elections, large number of people who will come and who will vote, okay, the person are mainly from high sections or well developed family. Poor family have no time. Poor family, okay, mainly the people who are not economically developed, they never exercise, rarely they will exercise the political rights. But large number of people who are economically well developed, they will only exercise the political rights like right to vote. So that's why we will say that economy is a base for social as well as political rights. Next we will go forward, political, social and civil rights, this will form equalities in the society. For example, if there is no political, social and civil rights, economic right is meaningless. So either economic is a base for social and political, and sometimes social, political and civil rights act as a base to the economy. Both are interrelated and interdependent to each other. Okay, that is meaningless. Suppose if there is social right, social equality, political equality, but if there is no economic equality, then that is meaningless. Okay, main thing what we wanted in our life is development. When we develop economically, then only there will be equality. Okay, if we have social equality, in social we are equal, in political we are equal, but economically we are very not well developed, or economically we are inequalities in the society, then that is meaningless. Okay. So it is saying that social, political and civil rights, this will bring equalities, but large number of people, they will be economic hardship, that is meaningless. On the other hand, suppose if there is a equality of social, economic, political, but on the other hand if you see large number of people still they are facing the economic problem, then that is meaningless. I think you have understand the point. In this point what they are saying, that when the people are getting social rights, when the people are getting economic rights, social rights, civil rights, political rights, but on the other hand when large number of people are facing the economic problem, hardship means economic problem, where they are not getting proper food, clothing, shelter, basic things, then that is meaningless. Okay. Next, come to the point, socialist society and communist society, mainly they will give importance to the economic equality. For example, the societies which are mainly created based upon socialism, socialist society and economic society. Okay, for example, Russian economy, they have given more importance to economic equality. Economic equality is not possible, but even though there are some societies which are giving more importance to economic equality. All the persons should be equality based upon economy. What will happen if there is inequality? So rich people, what they will do, by utilizing their resources, they will dominate the poor people. Already we have seen zamindars economically powerful. How they have dominated the farmers? Because of their resources, they have dominated the farmers, and they make the farmers to they have taken away all the lands, wealth, everything of the farmers, and they used to exploit the workers, laborers, etc. When all the people are economically equal, then no one can dominate others. This is also one point. So that's why social and communist society like China or the socialist society like Russia, they have given more importance to the economic equality. Professor Lasky, what he said, economic equality is unfettered, not controlled. Economic equality we can't control, that is mainly depends upon development and irresponsible will, like industries world. As soon as when industries were started, what happened? Capitalists and workers, two important classes were formed. So capitalists are becoming more richer and workers are facing a problem. So the main thing Professor Lasky have said that this economic equalities cannot be controlled. Okay, that is mainly under the control of industrial world. So that is one point. Okay, so as soon as when industries are going to start, then more and more industries are dominating the workers. So that is a main thing. So now what is happening? Economic equalities cannot be controlled. Okay, if they wanted to control by the policies, they can able to control. Okay, by using some policies, they have to control the and industries world, they can able to control. I'll go forward once again. What we have explained about this is the concept of economic equality. We have discussed here. Economic equality is nothing but whenever on the other hand, one more point, equal opportunities. Whenever the people are getting equal opportunities to work, they can improve the economic status. So what I said, industries can play the important role. When industries will increase, when employment opportunities will increase, then what will happen? The people can able to work, people can improve the economic conditions. So I have explained you, industries are playing very important role for decreasing the economic inequalities to the certain extent. When industries will increase, opportunities will increase, employment will increase, so large section of people can able to get work, and when they will get work, they can able to improve the economic status, etc. On the other hand, okay, this is the point. So here we have discussed about the equality, economic equality. Once again, see, every person, when they are getting right to work, every person have right to rest, and every person have right to have a leisure. And economic equality is a base for social and political equality. Okay, without economic equality, political equality cannot be achieved. That's why social, political and economic equality, if it is achieved, it is meaningless when on the other hand, when there is no economic equality. Suppose 4 equality, out of this 4 equality, 3 equalities we have achieved, social, political and civil equality, but we have not achieved economic equality, then that is meaningless. So one side, when on the other hand, when large number of people are facing the economic hardship, when there is no economic equality, and on one hand they have civil equality, okay, they have civil equality, social equality, political equality, but there is no economic equality, that is also meaningless. So there are many socialist and communist society has given importance to the social economic equality. Professor Lasky have said that this economic equality is uncontrolled, it is unable to control. Even by the industrial world can able to control to certain extent. Okay, if these industries will increase, then opportunities will increase, they will provide many opportunities, and many people will get opportunities in the form of work, and they can able to improve the economic status. Okay, economic equalities, if you wanted to increase the economic equalities, opportunities are very, very important. Opportunities in the form of work. Industries, when the number of industries will increase, people will get many opportunities. When they will work, then they will try to uplift themselves, they will try to improve the status, and economic status they can able to develop themselves. Okay, that is one point. So children, this is the point we have discussed, okay, about the equality and kinds of equality. Okay, so tomorrow we will discuss with a new topic. Thank you very much everybody.